Hello and welcome to SHRM Session 6. In this session, we will be taking a little break from SHRM to discuss about critical thinking because it is a very important aspect of your MBA and the assignments that you will be facing. This session comprises of three parts in which you will learn the type of assessment, critical thinking, and how to study. Your learning outcome for this lesson will be to understand types of university assessments, structure arguments, appreciate the value of evidence over opinions. Common forms of university writing for assignments. There are several types of assessments you will encounter when studying. Some will be straightforward and easy, while others will be challenging and complex. In the progressive order of challenge, we first have descriptive writing, the most common form in degree level education, where you are asked to describe something concepts, models, scenarios. If you are required to do summary writing, you must comprehend what the original writer has written about, understand it, and then summarize it. If you have to do compare and contrast writing, you must list down pros and cons of two variables and compare them in an unbiased way. For cause and effect writing, you must adopt an understanding of what and why of an issue. And the most effective and commonly used form of assessment at BCU is critical analysis, where you will give evidence based pieces of writing where you express your opinion or evaluation of a previously written piece of literature, model, or scenario by breaking down and studying the parts, the good and the bad. This will be further supported by other sources of literature. Critical analysis requires you to adopt a holistic, third party view of things. We will discuss more on this in the next part of this session. When writing assignments, the structure of persuasion is important, especially with regards to those requiring critical analysis. It is important to learn how to structure your argument. You must first present your argument with credible references and supporting evidence. Then you must give your reasons to either support or disagree with it, and you must arrive at a conclusion. Let's look at an example. A confident presentation, not necessarily verbal, but even written, must have an argument, reasons, and a conclusion. In this example, the argument is that we spend too much time on issues of concern and not on factors we can influence. The author has then provided three reasons. 1. Concern circles are big, influence circles are small. 2. Concern is a lovely place to be. We can complain, but we don't need to solve it. So we spend time and more time in concern. Number 3. Circle of influences are diminishing. And finally, the author has provided a conclusion that there is a need to make better choices by focusing on circles of influence. Opinions. What is an opinion? When writing assignments and conducting critical analysis, it is very important to distinguish between opinions and evidence. An opinion is an idea, an assertion for which there is no evidence. It is what someone, you or someone else, thinks of something based on personal attitude, personal experience, or the situation. An opinion can be correct or wrong, but there is no evidence since it's somebody's thoughts. When you find an opinion, yours or someone else's, always ask what evidence do they present to support their assertions. If there is no evidence, you should not include that bit of information in your assignment. Opinions do not have places in assignment, but evidence does. When it comes to critical thinking and critical analysis, we need evidence, researched, tested, and validated evidence. When you find evidence, that means facts, ask yourself these four questions. Is the presented evidence reliable? That is it supported by other research or commentators? Is it sufficient? That means, does it present enough evidence to sufficiently prove something? Is it relevant? Is it relevant to the current situation or circumstance? And is it credible? That is it believable? This is the reason why we recommend the references of journal articles over books for your MBA assignments. Anyone can write a book. A book can be someone's opinion. But a journal article will always be written based on previously researched evidence, empirical evidence, and facts. Assignment questions are often presented in forms that present you with a particular premise. Usually, they will provide you a proposition within a statement. Your task in such an assignment is to identify, evaluate, and come to conclusions about the premise, which will lead you to either agree fully or partially with it, disagree fully or partially with it, or remain undecided, which of course is a risky strategy.